Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So you've heard me talk about the Essential phone and let you know how good it is and why you should consider it. Well, now I've just narrowed it down to a few reasons why you really should consider this phone in 2017 going into 2018. So the first thing that I'm starting to notice is Essential giving the support. Support. Number one, support. A phone without support, it's kind of pointless. You know, if you have a good phone and the software is not getting optimized regularly or updated regularly, kind of pointless. So Essential has agreed to at least 2 years of support for this device with regular security patch updates and Oreo. Now, Oreo is available for this device at the recording of this video, which is November 17th. It is available to sideload the beta program. Me, I'm patient. I can definitely wait until the OTA is available because I don't want to do any beta for this phone because honestly, right now, the phone is running great. So I don't have a reason to change over. I'm not that excited about trying to find out what the new features are. If it's running well, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. So Oreo is available, but that just leads to my first point, which was support. This phone has gotten so many software updates, way more than most other phones are getting at this point. Because Essential, I guess they decided we need to make sure we get this right. This is our first attempt. So the first thing they need to do is knock out that support. And all of a sudden, you know, once the price dropped, and I'll get into that, they took off. They started really pushing hard on here, and you know, they're handling their business. So that's number one, support with the software. Good software will make for a great experience, and it'll also make you trust the manufacturer, the company that's selling you the product, to do it all over again in the next iteration of the device. The next thing is the build quality. Now, the build quality on this device is bar none some of the best you'll ever find on any smartphone. Now, I personally rank this as my top hardware for a device right now because, I mean, let's state the facts here. It's titanium. No other phone has that I know of, and it has a ceramic back. I do have a carbon fiber skin on here, but this is solely for grip, and that's it. Without this skin, you've got a beautiful, beautiful white ceramic back. And this is the white model of the phone. There are two colors. There are black and midnight black, and this is the white version of it. Either one is nice. They actually have the green and the gray versions that are going to be coming out soon. But hardware on this thing, it just feels like I'm holding something. It's got enough weight and it's small enough. It just feels good. Now, I've heard some people say that, you know, smaller phones with bigger displays are not very comfortable to hold. And I find that I'm getting the opposite experience. I want the biggest screen real estate I can get with the smallest body. I don't really understand that, but if that's how some people feel, I respect it. But this phone is gorgeous. It's beautiful in the hand. The hardware feels premium. You need that feeling of, you want to know that you're actually holding something, and the weight balance is not top heavy either. It's a well-balanced device. And this phone really rocks when it comes to hardware and build quality. I mean, it is just top notch. At least that's what I feel. You might have a different opinion about it, but these are some reasons why I think you really should consider this phone. Now, the next thing, obviously, is going to be the way the phone is put together. You've got stock Android. You've got a small, thin chin down here. You've got the camera in the center, which some people felt like would bother them. Me, I think it actually looks pretty cool at this point, you know. So just the overall package itself, the way they put this together, there's not a lot of features in this phone because it's a stock Android phone, but the package itself, the way the phone is put together, is actually pretty stunning. You got a beautiful 5.7-inch display up front, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I actually have a matte screen protector on here, and you know that matte screen protector is kind of dulled down the screen. I haven't done any kind of tweaking to the screen or anything. It's just there. This is how it is, and it is absolutely gorgeous and vivid and very punchy. So that's number three. It's kind of a total package when it comes to everything put together with hardware, looks, everything like that. It just looks great. You do have the attachment there for the camera, external 360 camera, and you've got that dual camera setup back there too, but that's kind of a part of hardware. But you know, this phone has a fingerprint reader. Speaking of that, when I'm talking about like a complete package for a smartphone, you do have the ability to snap on a mod back here and put on a 360 camera, and other modifications will come later. You do have a rear mounted fingerprint reader. You've got a really slim dual camera setup on the back and a dual tone camera setup here for LED and laser autofocus. You've got a lot going into this, and their camera notch compared to others is actually pretty nice. I got another phone here with a notch on the front. and you can see the difference in the notches. You know, this one has a lot more sensors up front, I'll admit, but just the way that it's implemented, it's actually pretty stunning on this phone here. So I tell you what, this next one is pretty easy, but I guess I have to say it anyway, is the price. The price of this phone started off originally at $700, and when it happened, I said, I want that phone, but I'm not paying $700. And I didn't say that I wasn't paying $700 because it was a bad phone. I just didn't know the company. I didn't know anything about it. And so I was like, you know, I'm kind of sketchy sometimes and iffy about jumping out there buying a device from a new company that's very pricey and you don't have any hands-on with it. The price now is $499 and it's going as low as $400, and I'm talking about brand new. Brand new. This is becoming a major win. I want to see a lot of the sites out there that said this phone was horrible when it was at $700 to come back and revisit it again. And let's see if they change their mind now it's $400 to $500. Same hardware, lots of software updates for the camera and the software itself. Major, major win. $400 to $499 is a steal for this phone. Now you do have the OnePlus 5T that was recently announced. I don't see it as the better device purchase because they cost the same. Now I don't have the OnePlus 5T. You know how I do it. I'll probably eventually get it. It's not on my radar to purchase for those that have asked. I'm not really interested in the OnePlus 5T because I feel like there are a lot better options out there. Like this phone with hardware, and it kind of runs along the same lines, you know. I'll be able to stop saying, man, the cameras on this phone just aren't that good, because I'm going to give you an updated camera video for this phone, and I think you'll be impressed. But $499 for this phone, it actually beats out a lot of, it's in the middle, because mid-range phones, so to speak, they're getting higher in price. You know, you've got so-called pocket-friendly phones that are $400, i.e. the Moto X. It's $400, but you don't get the latest processing power and specs. You get a 5.2-inch display for $399. Think about this now. It's $400. You get a 5.2-inch display. You get Snapdragon 630. You know, you just don't get the latest in the hardware, and the build. It's not as good as this. So the $499 price point, $4 to $499, is killing the entire middle section because of what Essential is doing with this phone. I mean, they are killing it, man. They're killing it. So the price point is definitely a win. Now, the last thing is the 18:9 ratio is the new way. This is the new way, and this is the way people are going. So the way this screen is put together, this longer, narrower body type deal, this is what people are doing. This is what people like. This is where the industry is going. And I think this phone did it right. I think they did a good job. Lots of reasons I could call out on this phone. You know, I didn't mention battery because I've already talked about battery in another video. The battery is fantastic on this phone, at least in my experience. It's actually really good. Speakers on here, very decent. I think you'd really enjoy them. But overall, folks, this is a really good purchase. And I mean, I don't tell people to buy certain phones, but I can tell you, if you were to invest in this phone, and don't go on and don't look for things wrong, you're going to find something, no pun intended, but very magical about this phone. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.